Alright, so, yeah, I was streaming Terraria yesterday, and I realized something, and that is that a lot of people aren't going to want to click onto an hour-long stream of me just screaming at people in a Terraria, well, like while playing Terraria, because I wasn't even playing with them. So, as I said in that, if anybody watched it, so this is technically episode 2, because I live streamed yesterday. Um, yeah, I said I was going to do a collab with them, like play a multiplayer Terraria game, and we all play together, and it'll be great, and we'll all have our YouTube names as our character names, and it'll be fantastic. That hasn't happened yet because everybody else is busy, and as you can see, I'm not in a voice chat today. So yeah, just gonna be playing it by myself. But in all honesty, probably making more progress doing such. This is my personal character. Yeah. It was Crimson Boy. That was what I named the world. Yeah. So I started this because I was trying to prove to Joe that I'm better at Terraria than him, and I feel like I essentially did that. But then again, I've been playing the game a lot longer than he has, so it makes sense. And I was harping on him a lot during the video, and I did say it during the video, but it was all really for the joke. Everybody in the chat knew that I wasn't just being cocky, and that I wasn't just being like, oh, I'm so much better than Joe, oh, look at me. But what I did notice during this was that I got a active viewer for the majority of the stream. I got a couple of views on the stream period, and apparently it did a lot better than most things on my channel do. Not that I've done much recently, so I decided, what if I play some Terraria? Like, actively play some Terraria, because it is a game that at least I believe myself to be pretty good at. So yeah, this is kind of a test video in all reality. I am checking to see if all my audio settings are proper, but I'm a bad person and thus kind of don't really want to do that without actually recording content. So I'm going to record another video shortly after this one, and I'm going to watch this one, of course, and if the game's too loud, if I'm too loud, if I'm too quiet, I'll mess with some settings and it'll get better for next time. Because the game is really loud for me, but I do have it turned down and recording in the stream and blah 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 blah, things that you guys don't care about. As long as it sounds good, you probably don't care about anything that I'm saying right now. I did change my channel art and logo. I only have like 16 subscribers, so I'm highly doubting it's making any difference really. I highly doubt there's anybody looking for my channel out there who's really struggling. But it looks better now, and now I actually have a unique double J icon, because before I was looking to see how far someone would have to scroll to find my channel on YouTube, and I searched double J, put the channel filter on, and I realized something. There's a double J that appears before me who was using the same icon that I was using, and of course that's not like bad. I'm not saying they copied me. I didn't really check their channel, but their channel was probably there before mine. I'm just saying that I realized that I'm not being original because I put absolutely zero effort into my channel art and channel icon before. And then I went to MS Paint, drew my current channel icon, which I'm proud of, and my current channel art, which I'm less proud of, but I made it, so here we are. I literally spent like an hour on that. I started it at like 12 o'clock. It's 1:05 p.m. right now. It was really an effort, actually. So, oh, my phone's blowing up. Professional YouTuber. Yeah. So, as I said before, but you probably weren't there, I know how to play this game. If you're looking for the reactions of someone who just doesn't know what they're doing and is like looking around for stuff, yeah, I'll spend a lot of time trying to get the best gear as opposed to like speed running through it, which is something that I tend to do. And yeah, that's a thing. Speedrunning Terraria is a thing. There are people who do it. I have been one of them. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I'm one of them. I am going to do that to get to hard mode, because pre-hard mode is relatively boring. But once I'm going to speedrun straight through it. Maybe the beginnings of hard mode. Like, I'm not going to speedrun, but I am going to use the strats, such as there is a way you can become invincible while fighting the mechanical bosses, which is relatively easy to do. You can do it pre-hard mode as well, but none of the bosses pre-hard mode you really need to do it for. The only boss that it actually you would want to use it for is the Wall of Flesh, but it doesn't work for the Wall of Flesh. So yeah, and I'm probably going to use that because otherwise I would have to go mine all the hard mode ores and stuff, and that's just boring. I said it in the stream, not that any of you were there, but it's mining, believe it or not, in a game primarily about mining. A lot of people will compare this to Minecraft, even though it's nothing the same. For a game that has a lot of mining, I despise it. Like, later game, I don't mind mining for some of the more powerful gear, such as chlorophyte, which is a thing. I don't mind mining for that. That doesn't bother me that much. But I despise mining for things early game, and I don't like mining for things early hard mode. It's just something I don't like doing. So I use the speedrun strats to avoid having to do it. Because, as I'm doing a mage playthrough, I can get through all of easy mode wearing meteorite armor. And for those of you who haven't watched this game, and I'm speaking nonsense to you right now, that's really weak. And it results poorly for those who don't know the invincibility strat in hard mode, because if you beat the Wall of Flesh and have meteorite gear, you get destroyed in hard mode. So for those of you who don't understand the progression of the game, let me explain it. You've got easy mode, which is this game right now. I am currently playing easy mode. And no, it's not a choice. I didn't choose to be playing easy mode. It's just the way it is. So after I defeat the Wall of Flesh, which is a boss in this game, I will progress to hard mode. There's water here. Damn it. Hard mode, harder enemies spawn, there's new bosses available to you, but you get better gear and stuff, and it's pretty much essential to the progression of the game to get to hard mode, because you can't beat the game until you get to hard mode. So I'm going to be doing that at some point in time. Now that I've explained that, this game is a lot about figuring out how to do stuff. Not a lot of this game is really hard. There's not a lot of things in this game that are truly hard to do. There's a lot of things in this game where it's important to know how to progress, and it's important to know what you need to do to beat bosses. I happen to know that to beat the first boss of this game, well, the first one, if you're doing it in a logical progression sequence, is the Eye of Cthulhu. The Eye of Cthulhu, to beat the Eye of Cthulhu, you want to have iron armor or better. You want to, pretty much any weapon will do, really. But yeah, it's just things like that. Just knowing those, like, what you need is really important to the progression of this game. Because if I didn't know what I needed, I'd just be trying to fight the the Eye of Cthulhu over and over again without proper gear. And that would make for probably an amusing but very boring playthrough for those who want to actually watch progression in this game. So if you're looking for someone who's actually going to progress in this game, you found one. Now, I may not progress the fastest because, like I said, I'm not speedrunning the game right now. I have done it in the past, not for YouTube, but I have speedrun. What is the past tense of speedrun? Anyway, I've done that through the game. So I know how to. I'm just choosing not to because it would make significantly less content. I'm at 10 minutes of recording and I've made basically no progress because I'm explaining this. Anyway, yeah. So I'm doing a mage playthrough. I'm playing magic weapons and stuff. I'm not going to do solo mage playthrough because that's just ridiculously hard to do pre-hard mode. I have exactly one magic weapon right now and not really enough mana to use it. What was I going to craft? I was looking for something. Aha, I need the furnace. I was going to smelt my iron. What little I just got. See, those 3 bars are really important. So I'm going to get iron armor, and I don't really know what weapon I'm going to use to fight the Eye of Cthulhu. I'm going to hope I find a cave and explore through the cave for a little bit. Joe's sending me messages. What does Joe have to say? What did I ask him? Alright, yeah. I was sending him pictures of my new channel banner, and I was like, I could just use this, right? Like, I don't have to mess with it, because his channel stuff doesn't look bad. Oh, sorry, it's really dark. I'm used to walking through the dark by just looking at the mini-map. But I realized that a lot of people probably can't just do that, and thus it's... Oh, that was really loud for me. Hope that wasn't loud for you guys. Yeah, so what I'm doing right now is, because it's nighttime, these fallen stars can fall, as I'm sure you've seen. And I need those for mana crystals. And as you can see, I just got another one of these blue stars over here, which means I can use more magic. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. It's not the most amusing thing, but this video was more to explain what's going on than anything else, really. I'll continue my process of lighting up the world, because while I can get around and not be able to see, I'm definitely going to forget that most people can't just, like, do that. So I need to light up the world so that as I'm walking around, I don't need to think about the lighting, and I can just play. Yeah. So early game, which is what I'm still in, I haven't beaten any bosses, so it's still early game, 3 bosses. Really, it's just use whatever gear you can find. Now, myself, having played the game before, I know where to find stuff that I want. I know what I want. I know what I need. So pretty much what I'm trying to do right now is just to get enough gear to beat the Eye of Cthulhu. Once I can beat the Eye of Cthulhu, I go do that. I can make a sword from the stuff the Eye of Cthulhu drops. I'm going to use that sword even though it's a mage playthrough, because it's the weapon capable of defeating the next boss, and that's kind of the goal there. Actually, no, I have the Crimson in this world. I chose the Crimson because it's harder earlier game, and I want to challenge myself a little bit, but it also gives you better mage weapons in hard mode and stuff. So, what am I going to do about that? Alright, I have to think about that, because the Brain of Cthulhu, which is the boss you get for the Crimson, is a harder boss than the Eater of Worlds, which is what you get for Corruption. And I generally will play through a Corruption world, because it aids in the speedrunning aspect of it, because like I said, it's easier. So I know what gear I would need to fight the Eater of Worlds, because it's really easy to like break his system because of the way the boss works. The Brain of Cthulhu is easy to dodge if you know how. I'm a bit rusty on fighting the Brain of Cthulhu, so we'll see how that goes when that goes. Yeah. So when that goes, I'll see how it goes. But for right now, I do need to fight the Eye of Cthulhu, which means I both need to get the stuff to fight the Eye of Cthulhu and get the gear required to actually do that properly, which is iron armor, preferably a stronger weapon, though I could do it with my current weapons. Most new players wouldn't be able to, so if you're considering getting the game and playing it yourself, and it's your first time, don't try to defeat the Eye of Cthulhu with iron armor and crap weapons, but that's what I'm going to do, because 1, don't want to mine for gear to get better than iron armor, and 2, don't want to spend forever looking for better weapons. So I will show, maybe I'll do afterwards a playthrough where I show like ways to really easily beat all the bosses, as opposed to knowing the proper strats. Yeah. So I tend to not cut a lot out of my videos if I get a lot of people telling me, and so nobody ever comments on my videos, so I'm not going to. But if I get a lot of people telling me to cut out this, like me just going around hunting for fallen stars at night, I'm perfectly fine doing that. But for right now, I'm just looking for the more content aspect. And including this time of me walking around at night is more content. Alright, so I'm approaching 15 minutes on this recording. And by approaching, I mean I've hit beyond 15 minutes. So, just gonna casually be in here. And I'm gonna keep playing right now, but for you it'll be a different video. So, enjoy. I'm gonna end this recording and go to the next one.